Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. And tonight it is the last game of this season, the 28 game season with the Toronto Raptors. And I got first place clinched up already. Last game here versus the San Antonio Spurs. Then headed into the playoffs where I will be playing the first round, I believe, is just one game, and then the other rounds are 3 games. So, big game coming up, probably the biggest game of the playoffs, if you think about it, because there's no margin for error. If I lose that game, I'm done. So, at least the other rounds, I have best out of 3. So, I'm going to get into this one with the Spurs. This season is getting close to the end here. It could end tonight. This is the first time I'm doing a stream for this game where it can actually be over with. But that's not the goal. The goal is to win the championship. What's up, Alex? What's up, Know Your Bro? And here we go. NBA Inside Drive. Don't sleep on it. It's one of the best retro sports basketball games out there. And I can't imagine it costs too much. Yeah, I cut my hair. I was wearing a hat every day, and since most of my hats are fitted, I had so much hair that only one hat really fit comfortably. So I was basically just wearing it every single day, because my hair was out of control. So I got my hair cut. Got a place in the area. Yeah, I have 7 and 5/8. So you got a bigger head than me. That's surprising. I don't see that too often. Yeah, I got a place in the area to cut it for me. You know, they didn't make me wear a mask. I denied the temperature check, and they were cool with it, so I'll probably be back there. It's because you're smart. You got a huge dome. What's up, Shallow Bay? Yeah, this hair place opened in July, like 3 blocks down for me. I've been just going, since I don't leave the house, since I've been working at home. I just go to all the local places. And this place opened in July, and the lady that was, I think she was the owner, she said I was like the first person who really challenged them on not wearing a mask to get a haircut. So I showed them the medical card that I have. And they were probably the most aggressive business I've been in with all of the COVID stuff. They wanted to do the temperature check. I said, no thanks. No hot, steamy Italian beef. And, yeah, they thought about it for a little bit, but ultimately I'm like, look, you know, I don't mind. If you don't want to cut my hair under these conditions, I'll just go somewhere else. There's other businesses who don't do temperature checks and everything. And so they let me stay, and then I think I got the owner's wheels churning, because by the end of it, she was like, yeah, she's like, I don't know how real this is or how long we'll have to be doing this, because I get sick of wearing this mask. And she's like, it could just be a form of control. And I'm like, well, now you know exactly how I think about it. So it was interesting. Every little thing's an interesting experience in 2020. So glad to be back on the stream. Numbers in Cook have been on the rise lately. Sad to see that. You guys had things under control for a while. Michigan's numbers are on the rise too. I mean, yeah. If you get caught playing the game too long, I mean, the idea is to ease you in, well, I wouldn't even say ease, get you into medical tyranny real quick and just keep you going along with it. Because I crunched the numbers the other night, and in the U.S., the 0.06% reported by the CDC is the amount of people that have died so far 7 months later and that's what's called the pandemic. Don't think so. Flu numbers are about the same as far as deaths, so yeah, I mean, if you want to buy into the fear propaganda of the media, then go right ahead. But it's not gonna get you. It's not gonna get you any happy place, that's for sure. Reggie Miller.
You have to wake up early if you're gonna get a rebound away from Duncan.
Georgia. Yeah, Tennessee. Well, I don't like Tennessee. I mean, all cases, they're basically just reporting how many people are getting sick with a flu or a cold, right? And most of these people are recovering now that do test positive. So that's what they're reporting on. They're also just reporting on the amount of people that die from flu-like symptoms, which they're calling COVID. So the numbers really aren't different. If you look at the numbers, like the deaths, at least in the U.S., are on pace to be less than last year. And obviously, if we're in a serious pandemic, then that should not be the case. The media is not going to tell you this stuff. You have to dig for it a little bit and do some of your own research and live the way you want to live. 0.06, yes, 0.06. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I don't think it's not like Georgia and Tennessee are interchangeable in my mind. It was just, for some reason, I had it in my mind that you lived in Georgia. I don't know why. Like, it's one of those southern states. He's pretty close, but not really. Spurs, a little bit better team. This game really doesn't mean much. I'm going to get the number 1 seed anyways. But it will give me a little bit of warm-up for when I play this playoff game.
He gets the basket and the foul. Goes into the line for 1.
You know, I did drink a lot on those Monday streams that we were doing after, you know, the first lockdown happened here. And I was also pretty tired on those. So, yeah, a lot of things slipped through the cracks. But I can assure you, I never drank a White Claw on any of those streams. I have had those before. They're not too bad. They're what I would drink if I was like just easing into it. And maybe if I was, you know, 19 years old, just turning 21, and just wasn't used to how real alcohol tastes. Kind of reminds me of like Mike's Hard. Like that's like one of the first things I drank as a youngster. Like, oh, just try this Mike's Hard. Yeah, I don't see why not. I do believe that they will. They are reporting these higher numbers now, so they can justify another lockdown. But I would say it's going to get ugly because even guys that were buying into this early on, they're now seeing it like, hey, we can do some of these safety measures if you want, but We can't lock down the economy again. There's already so many businesses that went out.
Free ball. Misses the target. Rebounded. Elevates over.
Darius with the big rebound.
Short rebound. Skips it to the left.
Oh, come on. So yeah, the other thing, Alex, Sean's doing slapping it with slap shot on Wednesdays now. He wants that to be a series, so anyone can go on the Discord call with him. This first one, he's in some online Tecmo League, the HSTL G League. So he played all the games, I think, from that league.
Shooting foul. Their second team foul.
Yeah, they're killing the business. I mean, my wife's a small business owner. They had
We've got just under
basically everything that they were projecting is totally altered now because they can't have as many people in the fitness center as they were expecting to have when they had initially in January and February. So those 18 people are now down to like 8. So there goes over half your revenue. And really the only reason is because, well, there's two reasons. One, people are fearful of coming in, and second, they want to be spread out from each other a little bit more.
up by one. Just beyond midcourt. Shovels it right. Floats it
Oh yeah,
outside.
that makes sense.
Moiso snares
Because
the rebound. Lays it up.
he's not staying on that late because he's working the next day.
But it takes a lot of hard work and a good strong move to get the easy shot.
Sunday, it's possible.
Jam and the bucket is good.
Deontay, he might be sleeping.
Smelled the basket like a dog to a T-bone and stuffed it home.
It's up. He misses it. Rebound hauled in.
Yeah, I got 3 seasons going. This game, this is the closest one to being over. Then I got the Griffey and the Notre Dame football one in NCAA 2003.
It's the Raptors by one.
1918, good game through the first quarter. And the 69% shooting. So the auto subs are on. I always turn those off. I wish you could just leave them off, but you always got to do this. I've been benching these guys, but right now I don't really care too much. But there's no reason to take Vince Carter out of the game because he's never tired. I don't agree with that move. Let's put we could put LeBron back in. Dwayne Wade, nah. Miller. Garrity Moiso, I'll go with him. I can't get with those D-Man streams. Mort sounds too much like Stern's Beetlejuice. Yeah, Mort has a very unique voice.
The Raptors have the ball at the start of the quarter.
Yeah, they've been doing it. They've been doing those streams still. Look like they're having a good time.
No chance. Comes off short.
So yeah, they keep doing those as long as they can
Below
go.
the board. The crowded shot. It's off.
I got to work on him with those titles though. The last title he did, D-Men Tap Week 13 question marks. Like I don't know what week we're back playing this or anything. I don't know what games we're playing tonight. That's just the title of the stream.
Making the shot.
It's like, come on, you could do better than that. But I'm glad they're there doing the stream anyways.
Squeezes off a 5-footer. Off the rim it comes.
Who, me?
18-footer. No go. Duncan.
Tim Duncan, the big
A shot.
fundamental.
Yeah, it's money. 1 minute into the second
So
quarter.
here's LeBron. Yeah, the Lakers won the championship this year. It felt very scripted.
Better be listening and collapsing.
The ratings were down. I was seeing anywhere from some game 70%. I think the final tally was like 57% down. That is huge. Like the other sports, from what I've seen reported, like NFL, MLB, they're down, but not by that much. They're down by like, 10, 15%.
The Raptors are making the most of their shots.
I am not,
Over
Alex.
60% so
I'll have to look it up.
Parker dribbles it up the court.
Oh, wait, I think I know who you're talking about. He's like weird looking. Is he like a,
Driving to the rim. That is good.
is he a black guy?
Fear in that guy, Kevin.
I think I know who you're talking
Defense
about.
and laid it up for 2 points.
When you first said Beetlejuice, I was thinking of the movie character, but no, I think I know who you're referring to.
On the layup.
Ginobili.
Here come the Spurs. Driving to the bucket.
Get out of
For the
here.
foul. His first foul of the ball game.
Spurs keep it going though. They're not playing around.
He'll cash it in. He lines up another.
Be courteous to those around you. Do not block the view of the other fans by holding up large signs during the game.
Drano.
He's got 6 points. Center of the court.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna explore a retro game console, then Xbox is definitely a cool one to explore, because out of I can't make this statement for sure because 360 had a ton of games, but
Lets it go. The Raptors
between the
now lead by
360 and the original Xbox, there's a lot of exclusives to those consoles, and specifically the Xbox got a lot of what
one. Set on the hoop. He
was
drives
going to
the
be
lane.
on the Dreamcast, because the Dreamcast failed early.
And he takes the whole
So there's a
mile
lot of
in
cool
the bucket.
games. Plus they had their own sports
Holmes left side. Ball
series, like at this time.
on the break. That brings a whistle.
They didn't have that on 360, so
They play it in.
it's stiff competition. There we go.
Underway.
It's gonna be a big dunk.
Breakout.
Oh, the
No
360.
one do the voodoo like you do. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. You just used a Britney Spears
He brings it down the left
saying
side.
in his announcing.
Cox, nothing but bottom.
The Spurs don't miss.
So high, baby. Right hand dribble.
Oh,
Left on the court.
bad pass.
Up the center of the floor. He
So
throws
this
it.
Carter, is he just one of those free agents on the Spurs, or is he Anthony Carter?
That's the basketball
Oh,
equivalent
here's
of putting a
Vince.
square peg in a round
Attacking
hole.
the rim.
Bad, brainless decision to take that shot.
Pretty much everyone in this league can dunk, but he put a little bit of flair into that one.
Hedo Turkoglu for three. Oh, you finally missed.
Doesn't go. Recovers. Slings it ahead.
Well, Miller.
Wham, slam.
Gary Carter?
Bad tonight, Kevin. He's just rifling in shots.
Oh, no.
Way up over 70% from the field now.
Reggie Miller, I will say Reggie Miller never was a big dunker, and at this point in his career, this is older Reggie Miller.
Smothering double team
His dunking is way too powerful
Vince Carter nails a right
in
hand
this game.
jam.
The defense probably has the image of that
A
dunk
sloth
burned onto
from the
their retina
Goonies.
because he just flew to the hoop.
He'll pop it. Center of the court.
Yeah, he has a unique look to him. I always liked watching Hedo Turkoglu play. You know, he's like a tall European player, could shoot. You know, he's kind of like,
Obviously, the defense
plays similar like
did a good
Tony
job
Kukoc,
because the guard
kinda.
Had no fear driving the paint and rising to the hoop.
like just extremely skilled.
Dishes left. Jumper on the way. Hey, Kenny, give me a break.
That's his
Oh,
third straight
man.
miss.
Good
He's
thing
in a
I was
little
going out
funk
of
right
bounds.
now. He's kind of stuck in a rut.
A cast from 9 feet.
Oh, the goaltend, Kevin Willis.
It's just on the wrong side of its little perk.
Checking into the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jam session discount.
Yeah, who was like the first one? But
On the wing.
Drazen Petrovic would shoot those. who coach. They had Sabonis come over as like a 35-year-old rookie.
Sideline right.
Wayne
Releases it.
CZ.
And it misses. And line to end
I don't
line.
think he gets an honorable mention.
Missed. A three from the other
Yeah,
end.
Sabonis,
At halftime, it's the Raptors.
Turkoglu, Pedro Stojakovic.
Please report to arena security. The horse you rode in on is causing a small disturbance in the parking lot.
Let's make some subs. Garrity, Crozier, put Mutombo back. Braun did good, but get Darius Miles in there.
There's nothing I enjoy more than some juicy halftime news, which I believe Akemi.
Yeah, he was Stojakovic.
Akemi?
I believe he was lefty too.
To open the third quarter. They've established their presence in the paint, and if they can keep getting the ball down low,
Yeah, those
they're going
Kings
to be
teams
tough
were
to
fun to
defeat.
watch.
Number 2, the Spurs could have built a
That was
solid
one of the
fourth
teams
wall
that got
with
that
3-point offensive
Tim
basketball
Donaghy
getting
says
from
that
the perimeter
got
in the
screwed
first
over
half.
by
You don't have to look further
fixing
than that to
games.
see why they trail. That's the story from here. Back to you.
Thanks, Akemi. Rack-
Yep, Shelby says Drazen Petrovic. He played on the Nets. And then he like passed away in a car accident.
Clear the landing strip. High flyer coming through.
That's what
He
I
was righty? Okay.
Just over midcourt.
He just had a unique shot that, you know,
In the paint.
looked like
Levitates. Sticks
how
it.
lefties shoot
That is worth
sometimes.
another look.
I don't know. That's the way I think about it.
Dribbling.
Oh, yeah. Kings Lakers. Those were some good
Shovels
ones.
it right. Fires over his defender.
I'm thinking about this. Like, at this point, I really don't like the NBA product whatsoever. Like, I'm pretty much done with it. But I was thinking about this today. Like, if they kept it the way, like, it was
Beats
being,
to midcourt.
what made me like it, the way it was broadcasted in the 90s, like, you just had, you know, the NBA inside stuff in the mid-morning
7 boards in tonight's contest.
on national television.
Their first team foul.
And then you had your double, triple headers on NBC with the good music and the broadcasters that really just talked about basketball and not
He's fouled. And the
everything else, the drama, and now they have politics involved in it. Like, I probably would still want to watch it, but I mean, it's just been through years of corruption.
He hit 1 of 2 free throws. He's got 8 points.
I used to love those promos that NBC would do. Sometimes they have like Bob Costas narrating them. Those were awesome.
Sends one
Those are
up.
some big,
And away.
big hype promos.
Sorry, Charlie.
Did he stick his shooting hand in an ice bucket? He's throwing up bricks like he has a
Yeah,
house.
Game Escape. Those were
Kicks it outside.
those were the pinnacle for me too.
Rims it off.
He's in a little fog right now. He's missed 3 in a row.
Like just telling the story of like Pacers versus Knicks and the rivalry, or
Right.
you know how Jordan's winning championships, and man, they just did an excellent job. You know, your backstage guy was Peter Vesey with all the trade talk and rumors.
No points.
Not drama talk, like, hey, these are the trades, you know,
Can't get water from a boat.
or this is how this guy's feeling going in today's game.
How about that?
Great explosion to the basket. He's got a good inside game when things
And
are going
like
well.
NBA Inside stuff was just a fun show. Like Ahmad Rashad narrated it. Sometimes they would just show you like one of the players does on his free time. It would show highlights from the week because, you know, broadcasts weren't you couldn't see all these teams play that easily back in the 90s. So it was good to see all the highlights, and then they would do jam session and show all the cool dunks. Like, it was an awesome show.
Fires a missile inside. Puts up the rock. Count the bucket.
Alex says, I miss those
That's worth seeing again.
Knicks 90s teams. Said some straight gangsters on that team. Starks, Mason, Ewing, everyone's favorite debt collector, Charles Oakley. Yeah, they had some bruisers on those teams. Xavier McDaniel, Buck Williams.
Feeds to the paint. Stops and flanks.
Oh, come on,
Missed the
Crozier.
shot. The short rebound.
And then you had the physical style play. Oh, yeah.
Freight train coming through.
The hand checking, like you could play defense.
Pure power. He didn't need a great move. He just bullied his way to the
Like, why would they just turn it into complete trash? I don't get it.
Fires. Can't get it to go. Yanked down.
Peter Vesey had crazy hair. It's gone now. Seen a recent pic. He looks like your average older white dude now.
Shoots from above.
Yeah,
Moves like that are like Tim Duncan is a
you can only keep that middle-aged style going for so long until you just look old.
He's in fuego.
Oh yeah, LeBron. I know. I've seen his purses.
He pushes it up the court. Up the center of the court.
It's
Feeds the rock inside.
like even before everything went on, like the COVID sports and also the politics interjected it in it with the BLM and stuff. They barely showed any games on TV. The one game I did watch this season, this is probably the lowest amount of games I've ever watched an NBA season. It was just Rockets and Celtics, and they had no big guys on the court, and it was just running up the floor, shooting threes or getting layups. It was really, and they scored a ton of points, but there was really nothing excited about it, you know.
On the dribble.
It's like James Harden's a good player, but he has drawing a foul down to an art. Like, it's not fun to watch.
Mutombo is clearly out of gas.
I gotta get Mutombo out. When the announcer starts telling you to take a player out, then it's time to do it. Oh, let's go with this lineup. That should be good to close it out. Bill Burr brought up a great memory he had long forgotten. Xavier McDaniel trying to physically choke another player during an encore fight. The picture made the front page of the Boston Globe. I'll have to look that up. I don't remember that. What's up, Antonio Wilson? That's what it's about. The first step is underrated. Like, when I played basketball, that was always my go-to. Like, I could blow by someone with the first step. But I was never someone who tried to do anything fancy with my dribbling. Like, I would barely go through my legs every once in a while. Because I just felt like it was about that first step. And if you got that, you could get around your defender.
Lobs an alley-oop. Duncan slams it down.
Yeah, it's not anything I want to watch anymore, that's for sure.
Right
I
wing.
thought I made a sub. That's a Carter fadeaway and one. But he does. Oh, I thought he was injured. Just clapping on the ground. We don't need to get him injured going into the playoffs. This is one of the closest games, though, I've played in a while. Yeah. I mean, David Stern was way better as far as a commissioner versus Silver. It maintained its consistency with Stern. Oh, come on. He made that. I told you they don't miss. Yeah, Warriors splash ball. It was fun to watch. Game Escape says it's interesting. The COVID era made a bad NBA even more boring. Yes, but hockey and NFL have been more or less unaffected. Quality of play is very solid. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched football. I really didn't watch too much hockey before, but football, it's just, as long as they're playing, that's like the U.S.'s golden sport is football. And with all the people gambling now and playing fantasy sports, as long as the games are going to be played, people we're going to watch regardless. But yeah, no crowds. Well, I wouldn't say no crowds because there are teams that do have some crowds. I even seen that the Braves in MLB had crowds. That was the first time I seen a baseball team have a crowd. But still, I mean, it's not. They're not making them do things so it's an enjoyable fashion, from what I can see.
James now has 2 rebounds.
There you go, Miller. Get the lead back.
Man, he works the perimeter like a politician working the room.
Run and gun offense. Yeah, they copied it. Those guys were just, I guess, you know, it was attributed to analytics as well. And one, LeBron. Games have more rhythm to them. Now, that's a good point, especially in football. They can concentrate more. They're not as distracted. Like, I can definitely see that. I bet you even some players perform better because they don't feel as much pressure. But I think the NFL, and like I said, I've watched a ton of NFL up until this year. I haven't watched any game, but they still suffer from kind of the same things the NBA does, where it's like it's too soft, and you got to hit like in a specific way for them not to call a penalty on you. Yeah, the Warriors seemed destined to make some of those runs, especially when they got Durant.
I guess there's a reason they're trailing.
Why even try to play defense? They don't. When you look, just look at the eye test when you watch like a college basketball game, them playing defense versus an NBA game. Like, they're not playing defense for like at least half of the game. Like every NBA game. And I would say it's even less than that.
At the 50. Rifles up a shot. He misses. Miles claimed his 3rd rebound there. He'll guide one up.
It's almost like, you know, if you get a union job where they're just like, hey, we got to make each other look good every once in a while, so just don't play that hard of a defense.
He's locked in and drives to the hoop. Goods delivered. 2 down, 1 more to go.
Anyone that I know that's getting a next-gen system, yes. I got 2 friends. Friend Darren and my friend Mike. They're always into, like, modern things as soon as they come out. They don't even, like, need a specific reason why they need it. They just want it. Oh, it's just blowing by. Oh, I thought that was a foul maybe. It's just a 20-second timeout.
At least make him hit the floor. That was way too easy.
Who played D and drove to the hoop in a game of 21? We all tried to shoot threes. Yeah, because, yeah, you had the defense converging in on you because you got everybody against you at that point because you got the ball and everyone's for themselves. Yeah, I mean, out of all the sports, the one that shot itself in the foot the absolute most is the NBA. I mean, it's still going to happen, like, moving forward, but it's going to not be as popular.
Explodes on the rim with a 2-fister.
Those guys are getting the PS5. They're Sony guys. I'm pretty comfortable playing these games for the duration of me playing video games. I do have the Switch, I do have the PS4, but there's really nothing I look for too much on either of those systems. Like, in the past, what, 3 to 5 years, the game I like most that's modern is Rocket League,
Look back at who forced more turnovers, and you probably
because it's like a sport that could only exist as a video game,
Brings it down the left side.
and it's fun to play, and the games are quick.
Bumps right side. Hooks. Off target.
Oh, that's a tough miss. You got the ball in low. You got
So I'm working LeBron back in for the playoffs here.
Drains it.
I benched him before, but you know, the ultimate goal is just to win, and he's on the team, so let's just use him.
Shot.
This is rookie LeBron.
poor decision there, poor court vision. All he could see was the basket, not the open guy wearing the same colored jersey.
Trying to find
I don't know what the NBA can do at this point. You can't remove three-point line. They can't try moving it further out, but the players will adapt to a new
Time is
distance.
running out if they want to tie it up.
Well, one of the things I heard
Non-shooting foul.
one of the broadcasts like in the last few years was Chris Webber. He's just like, just get rid of charging,
They play it in.
because then he's like, it removes the acting,
Boing.
and you know it brings the physicality back in the game. So if you got strong players, they could just bowl you over, and then you have to like actually bring double teams.
Squeezes off a three-pointer. Misaimed.
I mean, it's not like if I think it's a good idea
Hoists a
for
15-footer.
safety
Yikes.
reasons, or yeah, they don't want that, but
Dribble.
it would make it much more watchable than watch these guys flopping all the time.
For three. Parker Duncan. Both players in double figures.
Infamous Smoke, what's up? Yeah, long-time viewer. That's right. Thanks for continuing to come on and watch us play sports games on here.
Rifles at cross court.
Let's get Vince involved. Oh, Bruce Bowen, he could play some D. The D and 3.
Backboard. That's not something you see every
Oh,
day.
Deontay. They told me you'd be coming tonight. I didn't believe them. I thought you'd be sleeping.
And a foul was called. At the line for two.
He shoots in the 70s from a free throw line. Totally reliable, just an occasional lapse.
He cashes it in.
Thanks, Scotty. You're my boy, too. Deontay in the house. Scotty, is the Infamous Smoke channel ever going to
He's got
get
13
kick-started here? I don't think I shot a 3 all game.
are in the bonus. He'll shoot for two here.
He's a 40-odd% foul shooter.
That was way off.
Anyone out of section 145.
LeBron's free throw shooting's not too good.
He clanks it.
I'm not sitting in the normal chair I sit in because the cat's over here sleeping.
Coach Crane.
I figured I would just leave him on the computer chair.
Strategy is simple. Score and score quick. The execution is the hard part because the defense knows what you have to do.
Probably wasn't expecting me to come down here for a late night stream.
Nesterovic bringing it in sideline right.
But I'm glad he's sleeping on that chair and not getting fur all over the couch.
Nope. Shoots from in close.
This game's close.
Again and again and again. I can't get enough.
Lazy after work? Yeah, I know the
There are
feeling.
a couple of different ways you can play this one. LeBron James goes to the charity
Oh, they're
stripe.
following
He'll
LeBron.
shoot
This is a
two.
good strategy. Just blew another one.
No dice.
Yeah, we got 2 cats. They've been a handful.
At least he got one.
With me working at home,
The shot clock is
they
off.
kind of
Get
annoy
for the
me
final
more
shot here.
They
than
want
ever
that final
before.
shot, but they also want to
Oh
run the
my
other
goodness, we got a tie game.
clock management right here.
You have to trust your game to step up and knock
Right,
down a
who's gonna play hero? Reggie.
Drive to the baseline.
Oh,
He missed it. Quiet game here
he
tonight.
blows a layup.
Yeah, nice sense of fair.
Crunch time has officially arrived.
Last game of the season going to overtime. Maybe they could get a shot off.
This could be the last play of the game. Long jump shot. Nothing.
And we are going to overtime.
Regulation, we're tied.
Man, the Spurs. Good thing they're in the Western Conference. I wouldn't want to play them first round of the playoffs in a do or die game. I mean, I haven't paid attention as much as I could this game, but still,
Here's the tip.
thought my skills were up there.
Passes ahead. Powers to the glass.
Oh, that was not goaltending.
That's the risk you take when you try to block a shot near target. Get there a millisecond late and you give the other team.
Landlady outlaws pets.
They
That's a
bring the ball
bummer.
in.
Yeah, we had before we moved to this house.
Right-hander.
Uh-oh.
Ran over it.
Yeah, before we moved to the house, the apartment we were at, we made sure it allowed
Shovels
pets.
it left.
And honestly, they didn't mess that up too much.
He'll guide
But
it
when we
up.
moved here, they really started messing some stuff up.
And that's
But I guess they did scratch up our furniture before, and that's now the basement furniture down here.
takes it out right wing. Hooks. Flop.
See, that's the thing about a hook shot. Anytime you miss
Hook
one,
shot.
leave yourself open for second guessing about the shot.
Can't believe Reggie. Reggie's should be clutch, and he missed that.
Won't go.
He'll never miss that shot. What's next, Kevin?
He missed that layup to win the game.
Outside. 18-footer. Parker, Ginobili, Duncan, all in double figures tonight. That was highlight reel material. Good thing we have it on tape. Rolls
Highlight
right
reel.
side.
I mean, in your guys' memory, what was the first, like, what is the year? I won't say first year, but the yearly range when they started bringing in, like,
Left hand dribble.
player drama into
Takes a hard
the
line.
NBA.
Right on.
You don't always need to show off with the basketball. Just lay it up.
Because I feel like when I grew up watching sports, like, that really wasn't part of it.
Flies to the rack. Slapped him.
I remember, like, the first thing that was more drama driven was like the baseball steroids thing.
Practice has paid off.
Hits the freebie.
And maybe that was the start of it, but
Another.
I guess YouTube too. Because there's so many people that just make, like, their whole channel's based off of,
10 points.
like, making basketball videos about the NBA with players, improvements, players that are,
He'll fire. Off.
you know, slept on, or the story of this player. So I guess that plays a factor in too.
Inside. Comes down with left-handed thunder.
He's holding his
All right, 2-point lead.
He brings it up. Sideline left. Pretty hook.
Oh, Duncan went old school right there.
And he's double teamed, so somebody has got to be open. I guarantee you they get a better shot than that off.
To Carter.
Come on, there's no way this guy could guard me. I didn't lose my dribble.
Fire.
Miller just can't hit.
Alley-oop.
No, I've never turned the sound effects down. Why do you think they're too loud?
At 7 points. On the dribble.
There we go. Just dunk on some people.
Power jam.
PJ Carlosimo being choked out by Latrell was the first big drama thing I remember in the NBA. There were lots of fights too. Those Celtics-Pistons game. Yeah, I do remember that. Little Spreewell
Miles. Telford.
choking PJ Carlosimo.
Here's the hook shot.
Not too many stories made it out of practices in those years, but that was one of the big ones. From what they say, like the Chicago Bulls practices of the 90s, it was like they just couldn't exist today with all the crazy stuff going on. What's up, James Bond?
In the lane. Feeds
Roy
outside.
Harpley being banned from the NBA for drug offenses.
Mutombo grabs the rebound. Look out, Rocket Love.
The defense should be embarrassed. We can't have guys
Final Fantasy 3?
to the paint and jam it home like that.
Here come the Spurs.
Yeah, I bet it's a pain. I don't play.
Look out below.
I've never really played the Final Fantasy game, so I'm not sure where that is in the game.
A three ball gets him right back in the game here.
David Stern banned him for life. It's a harsh punishment. David Stern didn't play any games.
Can't get it to fall.
It's never an easy shot to make from that far out, as you can see right there.
I don't think, like, draft-wise, I was never...
Brick City.
I was the most excited for NBA drafts because they were
One more just doesn't bother.
just, you know, 2 rounds,
Takes
quick,
the shot.
just a nightly program,
He's missed 3 straight
and
jumpers. He's just
some of the
off.
best players out of college.
Box and jam.
Could join your favorite NBA team or not?
Whole nother level. He is just amazing.
Yeah, I just never got into the Final Fantasy games.
Missed it. Mutombo with a rebound. Puts it
Oh
up in
my
the air.
goodness, we just
Gets to the
can't
mark.
seal it when we're missing point blank layups.
Bag of chips in his lap. Wonder why he is not playing in the NBA.
Ascends. A three ball. Bang a gun. Get it
I
out.
am up by 5 still, so
On the offensive end.
Runaway train. That's a charge.
what? A charge?
That's his third personal.
Len Bias, yeah, the cocaine incident.
To Duncan.
Where he's like first or second pick in the
Nothing but
draft.
bottom of the cup.
Let's give it to Miller. That will seal it.
A manly jam. Down on the scoreboard with less than a minute remaining. They're going to take some time to talk things over.
Yeah, I guess like those things happened. I just don't know, like, media coverage wise how much it was reflected on.
Time here on the next possession.
Like, you know, shows like Skip Bayless and Stephen A.
Back on the court.
Like First Take, those type of shows.
He shoots. Fails to hit the long ball.
This is a long game. We're going to the first round of the playoffs. Come on, stop fouling. You guys lost.
The Raptors are in the bonus.
Favorite team and my third favorite player, LeBron, won this year, so it was a good year. I've watched LeBron since the St. Mary years. Yeah, there were times where I really liked watching LeBron James play basketball
70+% tonight from the line.
and respected him
A lot of basketball games shooting
as,
consistently in that range.
2 for 2
you know, a
there.
pretty decent guy. But
Length of the
those
court
days are over for me.
off the mark. And that's
But if
it.
you still like
They
him,
win it in
that's cool.
overtime. Let's turn to MJ and Kenny, whom I'm sure have some observations from tonight's
Those
game.
types of shows didn't
Was
exist
the
back
conductor
then.
out there in the victory,
Yeah.
running the offense and setting his
I
teammates
think that
up
was
with
for
good
the
looks
better.
at the basket.
Let me add one more comment. Turkoglu just didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, well, I got this season going, so that's why you see me playing this one a lot.
Tonight is
It's coming to its conclusion.
290.
I'm about to enter the playoffs.
Vince Carter
Well,
did a
27. I
great job
didn't.
out there tonight. He's our
I
player
had
of the
7
game.
assists. I didn't really pay that much attention to what I was doing with Carter.
Marcus Johnson
But that was a lot of points. We had that extra period. LeBron in there really did score a lot of points. Miller 18, even though he was missing a ton at the end. Thank you. Yeah, big win versus Spurs. All right, let's see who we play first round of the playoffs. I'll just save it just in case. But hey, this Xbox and this game have been fluid. No freezes or anything. So let me look at. Let's see, news. Awards. Still player of the month only. All-Star MVP, I got that one with Vince Carter. Yeah, the original Xbox, this thing just trucks along. I think, yeah, I bought this one for $40 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was a fun little retro game store. It closed down a couple years ago. And I just feel so bad for these brick and mortar stores right now because people are either afraid to go out or they don't want to put themselves through a shopping experience that's not enjoyable for those type of stores. So it's going to be rough. I don't know. Deontay just popped in for a second. Hey, me to go see what's going on in Grand Rapids. And let's see, to start playoffs. First in the Central Division, first in the Eastern Conference, second overall. So that must mean there was a better team in the West. And we're advancing. I'm gonna switch up the lineup. Yeah, I could see that it. I only know Grand Rapids from like the last 4 or 5 years. I enjoyed it there. This is not what I'm trying to do. Edit roster. Get LeBron back in there. I'll leave Mutombo in. I need his blocking and stealing. And let's see. That looks good to me. Yeah, it seems like a pretty big city, especially when you go downtown. You got some big buildings. And some stuff going on there. And, all right. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in just a moment. It's grown a lot since 2009. That's when it started blowing up. All right, I'm just going to go to a quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
If I invented basketball, I'd get rid of the extra players. I make it 2-on-2. So I either have the ball or I'm getting the ball. And I get rid of some rules like no setting the ball on fire. And I do this a lot. Because it's not my fault everyone's not 7-1.
Hey, play your game. NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. It ain't no sim game.
And I make free throws with 3 points. Because free throws are tough.
All right, that was a quick one. All right, so let's get into this game. Orlando. The Lakers are the best seed in the entire NBA. And this is a 1-game deal. So we're taking on Orlando. I think they got Tracy McGrady. Let's switch up the logo here for the Magic. Should be a good one. Carter versus McGrady. They're distant cousins. Oh, they might. Yeah, they got Grant Hill too. This is going to be tougher than yeah, because, you know, when it comes to the video game, Grant Hill wasn't injured. So they're going to be pretty stacked. Yep, there he is, Grant Hill. All right, this is it. this might be the most important game of the season because I feel like once I get to the best of threes, I'm not going to lose 2 games in those series, but I can drop one. The last game just went to overtime, so 14-14, I would expect them with a healthy Grant Hill to have done better than they did.
It's playoff time now. What about this game tonight, Marcus?
Opening game of the series, Kevin. Anything can happen in the playoffs. It's wide open.
Thank you, MJ. Let's turn to the
But yeah, I recommend a short season like this to play through. I mean, thank you, Smoke. I am playing on the hardest skill level the whole time. It's on All-Star. There's only 3 skill levels in this one. And we're at home, so that's good. We're in Air Canada. You see the NBA Playoffs logo on the court. But yeah, this game, no super fancy bells and whistles, but like everything that I would want in, you know, just extras for a retro sports game.
He is a high flyer.
Yeah, but the
I just got to play my game and let it flow.
That one's off. Cross court.
And they're not playing around to start the game.
Big slamma jamma.
That's it. If you get in there, you need to finish it and finish it right.
That was bad pass. Lucky he went through.
Right wing.
We got Grant Hill and Carter. That's a good matchup. He's not falling for the pump fake.
Howard with a rebound.
Tom Brady or Peyton Manning.
Powers to the rim. Boing.
I mean, statistically,
Its way in.
Super Bowl wise, I don't think anyone can compete with Tom Brady.
Shoots from 8.
What the heck? But there were times where
4 rebounds now for the Magic.
there were many seasons where Manning was better than Brady.
Layup on the way.
Yeah, this is not going good.
Shoots from 8.
I mean, the thing is,
Howard, fourth rebound.
at my best 2 positions scoring wise,
To Hill.
holy crap, this is, I don't know if it's just harder or they're just killing me.
To try for 3.
Like, Hill's on Carter and McGrady's on Miller. Maybe I'll switch up the lineup to make the matchups a little bit
Throws it
different.
up. Rims it off. Brought down. Out wide, right side. Bumps. Feeds underneath. He calls
12-0.
over and fires.
Wow. Yeah, let's switch this up a little bit. I'm going to put Carter at point guard. LeBron at small forward. He could match up against Hill. Darius Miles needs to do something. I don't like that Miller McGrady too much, but what are you going to do?
Field goal.
Bears or Panthers tomorrow?
Run here by the Magic.
Oh, the Bears. Why not? Right? They're winning most of their games this season.
No pain, no gain. He lays out.
Yeah, dominated the Christmas Eve tournament. I don't know what that's going to look like this year. My cousin Sean, who's my #1 competitor in that tournament, informed me that he won't be there this year. I really feel like this is harder.
Look out, rocket low.
It happens so often, but it's never talked about.
Like, this is the worst quarter I've had the whole season.
Start the offensive possession and
I
end
cannot
the
score.
Good basketball on both ends of the court.
Sideline left. Shot.
At least I missed one.
Miles pulls down
There we
the
go.
rebound.
Finally.
Rim rattling jam. The lead is now 12.
How about putting men back where?
To Hill. Passes left.
I knew this Magic
A cast from 19.
matchup was
Down to
not
go.
going to be good.
He is 2 of 2. from the field.
especially when I saw how good their overall rating was.
Skips it
I
right.
think I had trouble with them earlier in the season than I played them.
Top of the arc.
Here we go.
That makes it a 12-point ball game. Let's see it again.
There is going to be a time in this game, I could already tell, where I'm going to have to put max concentration in the
Over to the
plane.
left.
2 minutes remaining.
Puts up the rock.
Okay, they're finally missing shots, so
I
that's
thought that
good.
was going in. He doesn't miss too much.
Oh, give me shelter. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Shooting 30%.
They move it
Yeah,
across
Carter
the court.
can win this Reese Gaines matchup.
Passed across.
It's good defense. Oof. Doesn't matter.
That's what you call teeth.
McGrady can score at will.
Take care of business. Plain and simple.
Non-shooting foul.
Reese Gaines got to reach in.
First team foul.
To Miller. Pulls up for the J.
Come on, Mutombo. There you go.
Tumbo grabs the rebound.
I've seen monster trucks do less
Ah,
than
he's tired already.
When you're the big man in the center, you can't worry about who gets hurt down below.
Just give me the ball.
He'll cock. He'll fire.
McGrady is
Sinks the
just
tray.
Oh, it feels
destroying.
So good to sink the tray. He has got to be the happiest
Do I
man.
even have like a defensive specialist on this team?
Lead by 13. A rim-rattling jam by Vince Carter. And one.
What do you feel about Clausen Pickles?
It just blows my mind when a defender fouls a guy and still lets him score. At
I'm
least
not
get
sh-
something out
I'm
of
not
the foul
sure.
Other than a glare from your coach.
Is that like an NFL player? Oh, Mutombo. Or is it like actual Pickles? He can't even move after that dunk.
Leaps to the window. On
Get him out
target.
of the game. Lineup's working a little bit better.
He will finish the deal. He's hard to stop once he gets inside.
All right, here we go.
Down the climb. She'll head to the line and try to convert to it.
Even got Jawan Howard. That's a good, solid role player for this team.
On the money. Shovels it out ahead. Lets it fly. T-Mac with the J.
Man,
You're gonna streak it away. That's what I say.
Grady's got the hot circle. I forced that
From
one.
9 feet. Rims off. Puts it up with care.
I gotta call timeout because Mutombo is just killing me. Former Fab Five, was he one? I wouldn't expect that out of Jawan. He carries himself pretty well, but maybe back then he was
Hit and run if I've
he
ever
was
seen
doing
it,
that.
but I don't think the defense got the license plate number.
Ball passed in.
AI back in the day, yes.
Left hand dribble. Swings it
That guy
right.
was Iverson was fast, quick, and would just shoot it at will. There we go.
In the pocket.
But the thing I did like about Iverson is he was tough. I mean, he would take a beating in these games. He would drive right in the paint and take a blast from like Charles Oakley. Like he didn't care.
Dead on.
You could say what you want about, you know, it being rigged and stuff like that, but there was actual physicality in the game before.
1 quarter of play. The Magic lead 27-18.
I always liked Garnett. Unfortunately, because he was on the Timberwolves, I feel like I never got to see their games. They really didn't show too many Timberwolves games on even national TV when they were doing well. Yeah, that's what I liked about Iverson. What's up, Eli the Wolf? I had his Reebok shoes, not the original ones, the second ones, the ones that had like the I3. I remember that was like the first pair of like expensive basketball shoes that I had that my parents bought for me.
Forces one up.
Because they were like $100.
Is worth another look.
That was back in the 90s, so that was a lot.
Up near midcourt. Open three. McGrady is in double figures tonight.
McGrady is destroying.
He puts it on the floor.
There we go.
Up in traffic. It's good.
37. Yeah, I mean, well, he jacked up
On the dribble.
a lot of shots. And the Sixers always built the teams around, like, just him shooting half the shots. There was never a lot of offensive talent.
Tosses it inside.
Oof. Miller
Gaines.
not coming through.
Feeds outside. Out of bounds.
Steve Nash, I liked watching those Suns teams play.
Lampy to bring the ball in.
They were one of the original teams that started like jacking up threes at a high rate. But I think what made them most fun to watch was
The rebound comes off.
having
Long lead pass.
Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion dunking all the time.
Man can't miss.
Fires from 12. Nixed it. Swings it ahead.
What the hell, Reggie? You can't do anything. Bunch of dummies making YouTube videos. I never had a pair of Jordans. I was never into those.
He squeezes off a three-pointer. He misses it.
9 rebounds now for the Raptors.
Throws
I mean,
down.
obviously they were big. Me being from Chicago,
He'll head to the line.
maybe that's why. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't like the Jumpman logo compared to just like the Nike swoosh Adidas logo. But you know, that's how you think as a younger person, pretty shell. Like, I don't like the way that logo looks, so I don't like the shoes.
Left-hand dribble.
But they were big. Even some of the girls would wear Jordans.
Out of bounds.
Converse, choose your weapon shoes, Magics and Birds. I have to look those up.
Ball back in play. Ba-boom.
Great work.
I mean,
Pushing his weight
man,
through
the
bodies and finishing the job.
that's a whole nother subculture, just basketball sneakers. People pay hundreds of dollars for those things now. It's like collector's
He
ones.
throws it to the left wing. Dribbles up the right side.
Just trying to find a
Left-hand
lane.
dribble. Levitates.
Oh man,
No dice. Well, I like the shot, but, I like it a whole lot more.
Grant Hill.
Throws it down with a manly slammer-jammer.
Sonic Adventure 2
Power and strength will do for you.
Battle on PS3. Didn't know it was on there.
Accelerate to the rack.
Got him up. Moiso getting in on the offense.
You might want to look into
Drama for high fructose corn syrup babies. Yeah, there's a lot of high fructose going around in a lot of products. If you don't look at the ingredients,
Lobs down low.
you will be compromised of a lot of corn products. Also soy, which I've consumed a lot of. I've definitely consumed more soy over the past 10 years than corn. But definitely like a good corn tortilla and some good corn chips. But I prefer them not to be the sweetener in my cookies.
Out of bounds. Toronto will take over. Ball back in play.
Oh, at least I drew the foul.
A slap on the wrist.
Making this a little bit closer now.
He's a 50-odd% foul shooter. That's just shameful in this league.
Shoot 2 free throws.
That one looks good.
Up and
Rattles at home.
back at the line for another.
Put Cheryl in. Cheryl, she scored 100 points, and that was always the big thing. Cheryl Miller scored 100 points in a
At least he got
game
one.
once.
Hard work on the backboard. That's what
I don't
he
remember
does
if it was
well
at
as
high school
anybody.
level or college level.
Right of the key. skips it cross court. Blocked. Out of bounds. Toronto will take over.
Almost wanted to jack that three, but
In the bonus. He goes to the line.
my
for
three-point
two.
shooting hasn't been
80+% guy from
the
the
greatest.
You really can't ask for more than that.
Tim Duncan, Deontay, you just missed a big Tim Duncan game. Went to overtime versus the big fundamental.
A lot of basketball games shooting consistently in that range.
He hits both of them. He's got 17 points.
Carter's got 17.
Skips it underneath. He'll pop
Here we
it.
go.
Rattles off. Controls it. Delivers it up court.
Get that screen. Oh, just dunking on people.
Down with authority.
Well, I mean, it was fun for everybody, but
Carter to point guard was the move.
Up into the front court center.
Tyronn Lue, I don't think you could guard him.
Bounces it inside. Count it.
Hill, he is hot tonight.
Hill and McGrady are just very
Steady leather diet
tough
right
in this
now.
game.
He wants the basketball.
They just are scoring at will.
Got to take advantage of it, Kevin.
There doesn't seem to be much I could do to stop him.
Lays it up. Rack 'em.
Finger roll high off the glass.
All by himself.
30 seconds left in the second.
I don't know, Shelby. It's not me. I did decide to put him back in the game
Unloads a pass cross court.
for the
Right
playoffs.
wing. He flings it from the
Oh,
hip
we
to
can't
left.
have Gordon Gierchek hitting threes.
Knocking down three after three.
This is man, the Magic coming to play. There he is. That dunk was made possible all by the pass. If the pass doesn't drop in there,
Long jump shot.
then he doesn't
No. At halftime,
make that.
The Magic lead 42-38.
Oh, Olajuwon was one of the best centers that I've seen play, especially for a period of time. He probably has the best moves as a center that I've ever seen. The Dream Shake. I think I'll go with that. It was working.
I believe Akemi Takei has a halftime report for us. Akemi?
The Magic have the lead, and they don't have any players.
Oh, yeah,
in
he
foul
was-
trouble. As long as they have good conditioning, the coach should be able to utilize
He was
his
good.
players any way he chooses down the stretch.
You know, those
The
Rockets
other thing is,
teams,
the Raptors are going to need better production from their
Jordan
bench
never went
players
out.
to
They
make serious
might not have
comeback
won
attempts.
those,
They
but
received
they
no
definitely
support from their
deserved
reserves, and the
those.
starters
They
can't
were
play
talented,
every minute.
and they
That's
were
the
led by
story.
Olajuwon,
Back to you.
Thanks.
especially that first one.
Rebound. Toronto fires in traffic. Good.
You want me to play another after this? I don't think so. This is going to come down to the wire. Might be another overtime one, though.
No dice. The rebound nab.
Because I think what I'll do, if I win this game, because this is a tough one, I'll play it by series. Because they're best out of three. This is
Sit up. The shot goes
this
up
is
the
just
side of
one
the
and
backboard.
done, though, for the first round.
Dribbling.
Because if you remember, oh no, the NBA had the shorter series in the first round, like best out of 5 if it was a regular playoffs, and then best out of 7 for the rest of them.
Rifles it cross court. Turnaround Jay. Down the hand.
Those are the little things that can change the outcome of a game. They forced the turnover and converted on the offensive end. That's a big swing.
Come on, he went out of bounds passing the ball. All right, starting off a little sloppy. Hopefully we can get it back.
Brought in sideline right. Out of his hand. Millard.
Oh, here we go.
Steal.
Flying N1.
He'll take one free throw for the three-point play.
Yeah, baseball playoffs with that shorter. Never really understood that. Baseball got even worse, though, because they got that one. Oh, wow, that was horrible. That one game wild card. That's. You play 162 games, and then you got a one game wild card.
Throws it left.
Like, what? That's just the worst.
Fumble. He jams it home.
The bigger they are, the harder they come down.
Sloppy copy.
And that poor rim never knew what
We got some dunkers on this Raptors team with Darius, LeBron, Carter.
Offensive
Jawan just
That's his fourth.
bulldozing people.
So we can relive that magic. Passed in.
Oh, man. Need some bad passes in this one. I got excited. I thought I was going to take my first lead of the game. Instead, Grant Hill dunked on me, and
Here's an
that's it.
example of how you finish a play. Terrific work.
Out left.
Oh, it's open.
Alley-oop.
Oh, they threw the oop to him automatically.
LeBron James with an oh-so-gentle touch on the layup.
Oh, that's prettier than the usual slam.
Gets the herp from Jawan.
3 minutes to go in the third period. Blast to the glass.
Hey, at least he missed.
Their first team foul. He'll try for 2.
he's 80-something shooter from the line. Just shy of
Yeah, these players just sweating on each other. There's been some sweaty battles in the NBA. That's something that's not talked about. What are the sweatiest battles that were ever battled in the NBA playoffs? Or not. Doesn't have to be the playoffs, just in general. Like, who sweat the most in the NBA? I remember Ewing was a sweater.
Oh my goodness, he brings it down hot and heavy. 2 down, 1 more to go.
Oh man, that's a tough call. I would give it maybe D-Slime.
Sinks the freebie.
Oliver Miller versus McDonald's. Yeah, didn't Oliver Miller have that playoff run with the Suns when they played the Bulls? Like, he was on that team before he was like
Here in the third period.
a big tank.
Up by 1. Up the side of the floor it comes. Fires. No chance. Knuckleball down.
Oh,
Gets away.
yes.
By the D. Out wide left side. Non-shooting foul.
Shaq versus Ewing, that's a sweaty battle.
Dribbles. Drills it hard with a 252.
51. The Raptors come back from being down 14-0.
Ball slips out.
Orlando's getting sloppy with the ball.
Bumps.
I prefer just anyone shoot besides Hill or McGrady.
Millard corrals the rebound. He'll shoot 2.
They're in the penalty.
80+% guy. It's boring.
Miller's the best free throw shooter on my team.
Drains it. Reloads for another free throw. Nails them both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the NBA ever pulled out of NBC broadcasts.
Way out.
Like, I don't think they ever got back
The lead is
to
now 2. And now for a little
that
bit.
level
It's that
of
play all over again.
greatness. 90s on NBC, NBA was
Misses the mark. Rebound.
the top of the line.
He'll go to the charity stripe for a chance to add 1 more. Dips the knees, sizes, flings it up.
Obviously, a lot of good broadcasts on TNT as well with that crew, but
Freight train coming through.
What a great job of asserting his presence. Nothing
not as good as those NBC years.
in the guy's grill.
Out left. No one is going to block that.
If it's Sean Leonard versus SATs,
Keeping the ball moving, getting the open shot, and knocking
would he
down
cheat on those?
60% of them right now.
To Hill.
Man, I remember them always talking about like players cheating in college and high school.
That's his third straight miss. He's in a little funk
Like
right
seriously, if you're gonna go to the NBA, be a talent,
Up the center of the court.
and even make like
A high lifter
one
from five.
good contract, like who cares about any of that?
Ah, he's touching the
Like it
sky,
doesn't
man.
matter. Like that's your skill.
30 seconds remain in the third. Cross court with a rock. A cast from 10. Yes. He's 5 of 5 from the field.
Kemp and Peyton, yeah, big time. I would say the Sonics were one of my favorite first teams.
Left hand dribble.
More so because of Kemp, but then I had a liking for Peyton as well because they played on the same team.
Left hand dribble.
Boom.
Put him on the board. He'll get a shot in a three-point
Ernie Johnson on those TNT shows, dude was funny. Yeah, he's a good
Basket on top of it just makes it much worse.
analyst, broadcaster, whatever you want to host.
drains the easy money.
Oh, he didn't know who George Washington was.
Hoists a 10-footer.
Well, again, he didn't need to know that to play basketball and shoot threes for the Heat.
At the end of three quarters, it's the Raptors by 8.
Was casual gamer, sports gamer Joe a Supersonics fan? No, he wasn't. He liked Dennis Rodman. He had a Dennis Rodman Spurs jersey, which he gave to me. You didn't see too many people rocking Dennis Rodman Spurs jerseys. Now, 91 Bulls jerseys, you saw a lot of those.
Goes to the layup and hits. The Magic might as well put a big green light in the lane the way they're letting people drive to the basket.
If you can't stop guys from getting in the lane, the least
Reggie Miller.
punish them when they get there. Put a big lineup in there and make sure they hit the deck when they come inside. Sure, they'll make a few foul shots, but they'll think twice before charging the lane the next time.
Dishes left.
Oh yeah, Craig Sager was fun. On
Ascends. Off the mark. Rebounded. Swings it ahead. Loose to the
I mean, it
floor.
just went. The NBA just went from to bad basketball, like not enjoyable basketball to watch, to just littered with politics and just not good. Playing in the bubble, no fans. And then like all the news articles and stuff want to praise the NBA for this bubble. Like, no man, this is not something to praise. Like these guys were basically locked in a
Fires in traffic.
facility for
That'll count.
Yeah, that was
the
out.
duration of the
Way
playoffs,
too late to block that.
and they had no fans to play
Brings it in
for.
under the bucket.
Like, that doesn't excite me at all.
Circle. Shoots from 12. Misses.
Being tested all the time. LeBron on the oop.
On a little dynamite. Had to cut you off there, Kenny.
Oh man. Pepsi, cream soda. Definitely some generic cream soda.
Long ball down court. Drills it
Yeah.
hard with a
My friend Joe,
Nice run here.
he always just had like a rack in his fridge that was just random sodas. It was probably always like at least 6 different flavors, up to 10, you know, sometimes.
fails to connect.
And that was just something that didn't exist at my house. Sodas were only for parties.
Lays it up. Good.
But at Joey's,
He's not done yet.
cream soda. The NBA should have went the WWE route and brought the Thunderdome to the bubble.
Angle jumper from 15. Look, and he follows it.
They seemed like they were doing
That was not just a dunk.
similar things.
It was a statement.
Man, I don't know what happened to the Magic. They were killing me at first. I got a tired player. about 22nd.
The Raptors call the 22nd timeout.
I think I got it back. I got my inside drive mojo back in this second half. I didn't really think about it and just started crushing these guys.
Swings it left side.
Little stutter step.
Squeezes
Too
off
close.
the 5-footer.
7 shots in a row.
Nails the jumper for 2. The Raptors lead
Oh
by
yeah,
8.
big time soda
The
drinker.
Magic bring it up.
I think I had a few fat friends because they drank way too many sodas. So I thank my parents for not having soda in the house. It's like terrible for you. Fake high fructose corn syrup. I mean, there's nothing wrong with soda here and there, like with a pizza or something, just to get that flavor. But
Misses.
when it becomes a routine thing where you're drinking multiple a day, that's going to take a toll on you.
Landon with a look.
Pressure defense started that possession. If this one is close at the end, look
Especially,
back
you
and
know,
force more
some of these
turnovers.
restaurants, free refill sodas that can pile up quick. Wash down all that salty food.
He just exploded through traffic with that one. You need size.
Your inside drive mojo left a long time ago. Been single forever.
Fires it.
Well,
Court.
maybe one day you'll get back on the wagon, but 2020 is not the year to do it.
By the looks of things, I'd say that young man has an aptitude for knocking down the jumper.
Drills it hard with a two-fisted jam.
You know, games like this are
Maybe the only good one. I know there's some like farmers, only farmers dating site.
to keep them ready.
Maybe that would be the only one that's rocking right now. Farmers are not caring as much probably about everything. Like, look, I live in the country. Trying to tell me to do all this stuff that city people are doing, like, I don't think so.
He gets the shot away, and it misses. Player number 45 yanks down the rebound.
You never got the nerve to tell you you're fat?
Fires from 7 feet out.
You know, old school,
Mutombo claimed his 3rd rebound there. Sets.
like family members, friends, they'll just call you out for stuff. Everyone got so soft.
Two guys on him. Somebody
It's like, yeah, don't hurt their feelings. It's like, hey dude, like, you're looking fat. I don't think I was one to hold back with my male friends though,
25 rebounds
ever.
now.
So
1 minute to
the
go.
ones that were soft got pissed at me.
18.
I was trying to help them, like,
He horses it up from in close. Oh, here
dude,
are
stop drinking all the sodas.
the Magic bring it in under the
Farmers would work out best in bovine America that we have now. Sponsored by Mountain Dew and Lane Bryant.
strokes the jumper. He
Darius Miles can't hit.
causing property damage with the slam.
He's best when
30
he's
seconds
dunking.
left in the game. Slings it inside. He'll lay it
Well,
up. Go
I dodged a huge bullet in this game because the way it was looking
That's the easiest way to boost
to
your
start,
shooting
with the way McGrady was shooting,
on the dribble.
thought it could be a potential
Eluded
loss.
by the defense. He's fouled.
Ending this one kind of sloppy, but doesn't matter. I built up a huge lead, and this ball game is going to be over. And we'll move on to the next round, which will be a best-of-3 series with another NBA team in the Eastern Conference to be decided.
Fires.
Reggie
No
hitting.
questions asked. Press rewind. Let me see that again.
Alex said I used to be fat back in the late 2000s, up to 250. I'm around 195 now, 5'10", so I could stand to lose about 20, 25. I would say maybe I don't look it, but I'm probably about 250
Advance to the next round. MJ, Kenny,
right now.
any thoughts
I am
about
taller and
Moiso,
naturally big
all
boned,
rebounding clinic tonight. He blocked out, had
but
good timing, and anticipated the bounce.
yeah, I could probably lose a good 30 myself.
Magic were entertaining to watch with their
It's tough times,
shooting. Around
to start thinking about weight loss goals. It's more like survival goals, whether it's mentally or who knows what we're going to be challenged with moving forward. Yeah, the bursting hips. I've been called a wide body in years past. See the stats, see who came through in the playoffs. Vince Carter, of course, leading the team. LeBron coming through on these 2 games. Darius Miller was shooting pretty good. Mutombo with those 2 big putbacks. Moiso, 12 rebounds and 6 assists. Getting the job done. Thick, yep. Deontay wants another game. No, I can't do another one. So I'll be playing either the Pistons or the Celtics, which I rather play the Celtics. The Pistons are what's the word I'm looking for? They're very balanced talent and good defense. So let's see how this works. I don't want to play it. You sim it? Oh, is that the black button it wants me to press or the white button? I can't really tell. Okay, so Lakers won. They'll be playing the T-Wolves. Then you got the Kings and Mavs. Celtics did win, so that will probably be an easier series. How the heck are the Bulls still in this versus the Nets? That's looks like I'm going to cruise through to the Western Conference Finals with these teams in here. What is it asking me to do? All right, can I save here? Like, what's going on? I really just got to play the whole playoffs. That's not something I was prepared to do. Yeah, where is the save? Like, what is going on? Oh, I clicked the series. And it played that. They can't make you do the whole playoffs, especially if you did the regular 5-7-7. Just figuring out what button to hit here. Oh, here we go. I had to hit the back button. We'll just create a new save. Yeah, you had to hit the back button. It wasn't displayed on the bottom at all. So I'll be going up against the Celtics in a 3-game series coming up next time I do a stream with this game. So I thought 2 good games. The first one was an overtime. Second one, I got off to a slow start and ended up winning it. Oh no. 10-minute Q&A. Okay. I could do a 5-minute Q&A. What are the questions? Italian beef or deep dish pizza? Well, deep dish pizza would be my answer. I mean, since I don't eat meat and I haven't for 10 years, I've had many like vegan versions of Italian beef that are very good, where it's like seitan instead of beef, and it's, you know, it's got the giardiniera and the good bread and the sauce, so Biden or Trump? Oh, man. Can I say Joe Jurgensen, Libertarian Party? I mean, here's the thing with Biden or Trump. Biden at least tells you you're going to be a slave in the New World Order. Trump is a deceiver. So there you go. He's pretending like he's going to give you the old America back. I'm on standby for the revolution. Let me know when you're ready. Just like regular. Oh, New York style is a little too. Oh, I better hit something before that music starts playing. Yeah, it's a little too greasy and thin for me. Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad Rashad always did a good job on TV, I thought. Don't see him around as much. I actually just had some of the Detroit style pizza. It's like a thicker bready crust in like a pan. That I could get down with. I like that. Yeah, deep dish, I mean, you eat a good one. It's filling and it's tasty. It's different. It's definitely different. More sauce than you're probably used to. And that's the key to a good deep dish. Because you're going to get a lot of cheese most of the time. You got to get that good sauce. Because it's going to be layered thick on the top. Well, you get a lot of cheese too. Well-known slow-pitch softball questionnaire pitcher to Michael Jordan. Yeah, well, he knew his role. He definitely knew his role. Yeah. I'll have to look into that. I know he played football, so you're saying his name was Bobby Moore? And then he changed his name? Yeah, there's probably something there with that. That's something cool to look into. Well, Deontay's done asking questions. Converted when he could change it when he converted to Islam in the early 70s. I know, like the one that I know is like Lou Alcindor changed to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was a big name change that I knew about. I know a Jimbo Salazar. I haven't seen him in years. I don't think he's doing that hot. Someone's driving by in a motorcycle. Fran Tarkenton's favorite target. He was the original Randy Moss. Yeah, see, I never even looked at Ahmad Rashad highlights. Or Bobby Moore. So, yep. Well, yeah, I gotta look that up. Yes, he did. Big time. Also cars as well. There's AI right there on the screen. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for the night. I'll be back one of these times with another stream playing one of these sports games. I'm assuming Monday night will happen at Demon Tap will be the next one. Maybe something will happen tomorrow. You never know. Hey, you could go to Chicago whenever you want. Try it out. Illuminati's got a pretty good one. Giordano's. Those are kind of more like the mainstream ones. There's a place called Pequod's that has more underground one. The Chicago Pizza Grinder has like some unique pizza type thing. But a lot of random just pizza places will have a good deep dish. Shout out to Michael Anthony's. Theirs is pretty good. Duke was my jam the last time I went to Chicagoland. Good sausage rolls there. Duke's. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about on Harlem. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.